Hi, my name is Lena, and I'm the author of My Sociopath and Empath Soul Journey Among Sociopaths, and I'm also the writer for the Facebook page My Sociopath. I came up with a framework on how to think about the sociopath and narcissist, and I did this because a lot of us stay stuck in trauma and victim mode, and we stay in this obsessive place of he did this to us on purpose, he understood what he was doing, and he came after us because we were empaths or highly sensitive people or loyal, and there's also a lot of Facebook pages popping up right now that he's evil and the devil. I tend to believe he is brain damaged. And James Fallon is an American neuroscientist, and he does brain imaging on psychopaths. And through that brain imaging, it did reveal that psychopaths, their frontal and their temporal lobes, do not light up in the same way that perhaps ours would under emotionally charged situations, so that they are not getting the same activity going on in their brain for emotionalism that ours would. And so I came up with that they are actors and we are props, and that they're always creating scenes in their lives. And if you think about this, it coincides that this was not personal against us. This is how they've learned to behave from a very young age, and it's their personality, basically. And they came to this way of being, and I believe it's through their mother's emotional body. And I wrote about this in my book, Chapter 10, and I coined the term. His mother failed to emotionally and physically bond with him in a healthy way that included creating sound boundaries, emotional and physical, and the role modeling of healthy emotional behaviors in his environment. And what does this mean is that she was either neglectful, abusive, overindulging, or self-entitling, or a combination of all of these, or she was unstable in her message toward him and in the emotional energy in their home. He now seeks forever mother's love by controlling everything and everyone. Everything is about how others see him and perceive him. And this is where the manipulation comes in. Everything in his life is a manipulation, and it's how he is seen. So everything revolves around that, no matter what he's doing or where he's going. And he learned to survive by being an actor or seeking mother's approval. What? The applause. So he needs the applause. And something occurred that he did not move past 2 to 3 years old of development. He might be a grown man right now, but he's stuck mentally and emotionally as a 2 to 3 year old. And this connects with a home that did not have unconditional, safe boundaries. And often you will, if you look back at any childhood home of a narcissist or sociopath, the boundaries were messed up. They were, as I said, either the mother was emotionally detached, or she was making him her boy toy or her entertainment, or it was a combination of both, or she was inconsistent in her message. So they all have mother issues. Now, even James Fallon says, this is not saying there cannot be genetic factors. There could be, but our home environment tends to either expand on those genetic factors or kind of keep them in submission. So who is the narcissist? He's the actor. And his script, I'm the victim. Lies, denials, excuses, turning the tables, leaving out important details. And this is what we all know as gaslighting. His stage is manufactured manipulations and drama, what we all call real life. They can't do real life. Everything is an act, a delusion, an illusion. Scenes are relationships, romantic, family, friends, acquaintances, co-workers, and neighbors. Everything they do in life revolves around relationships. Now, relationships are important to all of us, but we don't make it priority every second of every day. Normal, healthy people, we can go inward and we can introspect, and we could create our own art projects at home, and they can't do this. Everything is about relationships and what they're getting, who's applauding them. And they can do an art project, but they have to have somebody standing behind them every second, clapping them on. Props are us, human beings, aka ego supply and applauding audience. Everything they do is for the applause. So, and how do they manifest their persona of being an actor in this world, seeking applause? Number 1, love bombing. Love bomb us one day, love bomb someone else the next day. Love bombing is his premiere. This is where the spotlight is the brightest. Think about that. This is where the applause is the loudest, and where everyone is wearing their best costumes and running their best scripts. This is where we're all at our best. We're applauding him. He's applauding us. It's all fantasy idealization. It's all a drama scene. It's all an act. And most of us don't reveal who we really are until about 6 months into the relationship, to where reality hits. Before that, it's all fantasy. He's a white knight on a horse, and we're his diva and his goddess. And reality, as soon as reality hits, that's when he's gone, because they don't do reality. And for the severely personality disturbed when you will start seeing their true colors in a few weeks, but others, it takes longer for them to reveal themselves. Narcissists receive their energy through fantasy idealization. He is looking for mother, caretaker, diva, goddess, and this is where he gets his energy. He's thinking that he found somebody that will complete him. He is incomplete. He is a void, and he's looking for us for his completion. This is why he pedestals us at the very beginning. His props change according to a scene. He's not emotionally connected to his props. So if prop Jane keeps on calling him out on things, and he finally gets sick of having to lie and deny and triangulate and gaslight, what does he do? He moves on to prop Barbara. So he's not emotionally connected to us at all. It's about our applause and our admiring him. Lie, deny, invalidate you, invalidate everything. Being a good actor requires an uncanny ability to lose who you really are and to become someone else in a way that convinces. Essentially lying. Let's investigate that. Ability to lose who you really are. But since they don't know who they really are, this is super easy for them to act their whole life, because they never were taught, or allowed, I should say, to be genuine or authentic. For some reason, going back to their childhood, that there was some type of unsafe environment for them, that they couldn't reveal who they really are. So he lies, denies, and invalidates. Think about him at 3 years old with his sister's toy. He broke his sister's toy. He's holding the broken toy in his hand. Mother walks in and sees him holding the broken toy. And what does he say? I didn't do it. I don't know. I didn't do it. So, and this is normal for many of us through our development, even for the non-personality disordered. Lying is somewhat part of being 3 to 14 years old, and as long as it's not to an excessive and cruel and monstrous level. But most of us grow out of it. And we learn to accept responsibility and apologize. But they never grow out of that. They stay stuck as a 3-year-old with the broken toy in their hand, looking up at mommy. I didn't do it. They have never learned to say, yes, I did it, and I will take responsibility, because that breaks them out of their actor persona. So when too many lies pile up, what do? They exit stage left. And so they run off of a script, basically. I didn't do it. And this is this is scary. This example I'm going to give you. My sociopath had a script. I'm going to soar like an eagle above it all. So whenever he got caught doing something, he would say that. And it was bizarre. So I caught him making a fake Facebook account in my name with all my pictures. And when I called him out on it, I was horrified. And he said, I'm going to soar like an eagle above it all. Now, where did he get this? He got it from Joel Osteen just by passing the TV set one day when he was on, not even paying attention, sitting there, just passing through. He heard this, and he applies it to all his situations. And now Joel Osteen meant for that to apply to good people who are doing good in the world, and they come across an obstacle or a hindrance. Now he heard this, and now he uses it whenever he gets caught doing something monstrous. And so one time he went through my phone and deleted all my contacts. I went to pick up my phone and I couldn't reach anyone, and I was horrified. And he says, I'm going to soar like an eagle above it all. I went into the twilight zone because it was such a scary thing. And at this time, it was several years ago, we didn't have all this information out there on sociopathy. So gaslighting, triangulating, and smearing. All actors want the lead role. Gaslighting ensures that he stays in the lead role and in charge of the scene. Everything for them is control. How do you stay in control. You gaslight, you deny it. I didn't do that, even though you're looking right at them. I didn't do that. You're crazy, you're bipolar, you're seeing things incorrectly. Playing the victim with others allows him to easily change his scene. Unthinking enablers bond with the victim boy. So he has a network of codependent enablers who remain as stand-in props. That means that they are sitting in a corner, eating his food, taking his favors, and narcissists are susceptible to being exploited, used, and abused because they need their stand-in props sitting in the corner through all their bad scenes. And as he switches us out, the romantic partner out, whenever the love bombing dies down, he switches us out. But he does keep a group posse, flying monkeys as it's called, sitting in the corner of every horrible thing he does. These can be children, adult children, that he enables their bad behavior and excuses all their bad life choices away, and encourages them to be dependent, and encourages them to not be doing the things that they should be doing, so they can play with him all day long. So he creates boy toys out of his children as well. And these are also exes, as we all know. And he tortures us with the exes. And when we're with him, even when things are somewhat good, he's calling his exes his friends. This is not the truth. They are not friends. They are friends with benefits. He will not say that word. And if you say it, he will get mad at you. These are exes that have not moved on in their lives. They do not get a boyfriend. They need a new boyfriend. They need him for handyman services, for favors. They take him out for a lunch when their lives are lonely and miserable. And they put up with the pseudo friend and unsaid friends with benefit, sitting in the corner of all his bad scenes. And what he does is, when he can't love bomb us, he runs off to one of these exes, pulls her out of his back pocket, and what he's doing is checking for a spark with her. He's seeing if he could ignite another love bombing period with her, because when he's not love bombing, he is de-energized. So he's looking to see if he can go another love bombing round with her. So this goes into inability to ever be alone. Actors die when under the spotlight, capturing all the attention, applause, accolades, and playing the lead role. So many narcissists suffer from depression, with quotes, when not receiving attention and applause. All their energy comes through other people's admiration. His ego is only energized through other people's attention and him being the hero. Oh, you're so amazing. So he recreates old scenes using old props. That's what the exes I meant. He pulls them out of his back pocket. So go back to that depression word. They do feel depressed when they are not in highly stimulating, hero-worshipping situations. And this is why they all love bomb and go from one love bombing situation to the next, a relationship jump. Essentially, their entire life is rebound upon rebound, because they cannot live without that energy, and they will feel depressed and lowly when they're not receiving, our big eyes looking up at him, telling him how great he is. And, of course, sex and porn addiction. Narcissists turn sex into an act, just like porn. They are in competition with the male porn actors, and they're trying to give fake women fake orgasms. He cannot tell the difference between real and fake. He wants only shallow relationships. This is why narcissists are attracted to other narcissists, borderlines, and histrionics. So they're not only just attracted to empaths. We need to get off of that as well. They'll go after anyone, one that will show up and admire them and take their free food and praise them, and that they can get attention with. So I knew someone, Mr. O in my book, and he said to me one day that all the women in porn are extreme beauties and they're all having the best orgasms. Now I went, okay, let's look at that. They are having sex all day long with a bunch of different men. It's in a creepy environment. Do you really think they're having real orgasms? And 15 of them even, And then I went into the beauty thing. I said they have hair extensions. They have a bunch of makeup on, a bunch of body makeup. They have plastic surgery, fake breast, fake butt, fake everything. Then after all is said and done, they edit the film and then they Photoshop it. Do you really think that's real? Well, He got angry with me. He almost became violent with me. And why? Is because I cut through the act. I cut through the illusion. I cut through the drama scene. I made him come into reality. Well, I tried to. And they will not come into reality because everything is a superficial, shallow image for them. And that's why they fall in lust with us at the beginning. And as soon as we show real, or we introduce real into their life, they abandon us to go to another lustful, shallow situation. This is also why they are all fixated and obsessed with social media and dating sites. Why? Everything is superficial and shallow imagery. They fall in lust with shallow imagery. And as soon as reality hits, they exit stage left, and they are attracted to other borderlines, histrionics, and narcissists because what? They're actors too. So actors are attracted to other actors. The original meaning of the word histrionic, going back before our generations, the histrionic word was used for acting, and now it's kind of changed its meaning because it's become a psychological term with women that are walk into a room and expect all the male attention, and they have the cleavage hanging out and all the makeup and the high heels. So it's kind of changed its meaning, but the original meaning of histrionic was acting. So if you think about that, actors like other actors, but here's where it changes. These people explode upon each other real quickly. Now, they can last longer with an empath because we put up with more and we try to fix them and we try to get them to help. But not so with another narcissist. So they end up exploding real quickly. Final words. It is now up to us to decide if we want to continue being his prop or obsessing over who his next prop is. But in the end, none of it matters. He will always leave the stage to find a new scene with new props. And no matter the applause he receives on the night of his premiere, the curtain always comes down on him. So do not worry about who he ran off with and that you're obsessed with, oh my gosh, they've made it 2 years or 3 years and he must be a good man with her and she must be an amazing woman. No, it fell apart within 2 to 3 months, and she's staying 2 to 5 months, excuse me, and she's staying for whatever reason. It could be financial insecurities. She could have mental or health problems, or she could be mentally traumatized right now. So don't look at that as if he's all of a sudden a changed man. That is not the case. And often within, if they do stay longer than 2 to 3 years, she's sequestered herself off into a different bedroom or a different part of the house, and she's staying to get the rent or mortgage paid and the kids taken care of. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.